Hello, welcome back to another episode of the Sharpshooters. I am, as always, one of your hosts, Danny. We have Matt to my right, and for some reason, we are missing one of our guests, supposedly bringing a special guest who also isn't here. So I don't know what's going on right now, but, as they say, the show must go on. So I guess we're just going to have to go on with the show for now. So since there's no special guest right now, I guess we can talk about, last week's tournament results. Have you got any feedback about that or anything?
Let's just say the feedback has not been great on my end. Which I get why. Definitely get why. It kind of went off the rails a little bit.
I mean, I don't believe so. I believe Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, I will say if I have one thing to say about it, I understand why we did the seeding as we did it, but in retrospect, I don't think it was the best way when you have a guy like Bret Hart facing The Undertaker in round one. It's, you know what I'm saying? That's more of like a Elite Eight matchup.
Yeah, of course.
So, but it was what it was.
You know what it is, though? I feel like the seeding was just like the most unique seeding we can, because everyone does like the standard, like, you pick your top four, and then you argue about who's the top four, then how you determine, that.
Yeah,
so, like, this was
unbiased.
just an easy, unbiased way to do seeding, and then the final four happened the way it is. I'm sorry, I had to interrupt. Are we getting our guest? Are we getting our special guest? Like, what's happening here? Anyone?
Hold on, let me reach out to
Producer John, please help us.
Producer John, where is guest John or host John?
All right.
I think he's getting Nigel McGuinness.
I was sent a file. I'm just gonna hit play, and Juicebox said he worked all the rest out.
Okay, easy enough.
I hate this. This is
I'm
dumb.
not really looking forward to it.
I don't know what's happening.
Oh, no. I know whose music that is.
The hell's going on?
This whole part's getting cut when we go replay for sure. We don't have the copyright for this.
This is ridiculous. I hate this so much. I hate this so much. So we don't have a real special
We don't
guest.
have a guest.
Is this false advertising?
This isn't. Because we didn't actually reach out and tell anybody about this.
No, we did on Facebook. We told people there'd be a special guest.
Well, we're very proud
current
to have
WWE
Roman
superstar.
here, taking time out of his busy schedule.
I didn't realize it'd be the tribal chief.
Okay. So now what?
Acknowledge me.
So I guess the first question is, what brings you to Long Island?
The answer is simple, Danny. You see, as the tribal chief, I got word of your greatest wrestler of all time tournament. So I was voted out in the first round.
Yes.
I forgot he was even in it.
I had to come here to rectify that mistake. And ask why.
Who'd you face in the first round?
Sounds like you guys need a numbers guy.
I gotta look up who we took him out for, because it was probably deserved. I mean, your career has only been like recent, so
acknowledge me.
I am, by telling you why we voted you out, like you asked.
Definitely deserved it.
I don't see his name.
I can't imagine anybody else living on the island of relevancy.
Oh, bro, you lost to Chris Jericho. There was no way you were beating Chris Jericho in the first round. That was just a poor matchup for you. Chris Jericho's been doing this for like 30 years. You've been doing it for like 3, really. 3 good years. Before that, it was
I'd give him 6.
Sucker and Succotash or whatever.
The doctor gave him 6.
See, around this time, I would get the wise man to step in and throw some knowledge on you both.
All right.
We're missing our wise man
We
right
don't
now.
have,
So.
yeah, we don't have our wise man.
I took care of him. He's the one that got in touch with me to get me here tonight to talk to the both of you.
Exactly. So not as wise as I thought he was.
He told me he actually voted for Roman over Jericho.
I don't believe him.
Probably not.
I think he only did that so you wouldn't go at him.
I don't really get why he would lie to me, but I digress.
I don't think he likes you.
Everyone likes the tribal chief.
So what are your thoughts on your match with Jey Uso next week?
Broke my
Next
heart.
week?
He broke my heart.
Just kidding.
Tribal council bringing me in, but I'm gonna put him in line. Put the food on the table like I did for everybody else. And at the end of SummerSlam, it's gonna end the same way it has for all these days, with your tribal chief at the head of the table, holding his belt high.
So
Wait,
is that a
how many-
guarantee? Is that a guarantee?
Or is it a spoiler?
I'll leave that to the wise man.
All right. What's your response to all these fans who are saying that your 1,000-day title reign isn't for the WWE Championship? You do realize that, right? You've only had that for a few 100 days. Like that's the Universal Championship, and they're kind of skewing those facts in history as they normally do. What's your response to that?
I don't spend my time in the archives working on the history books. I'm making the history in that ring, doing what I can for my family. Tribal Chief doesn't read the chat. Y'all can read me what questions are coming in.
Well, I mean, you have one delusional fan who thinks that you might actually be the tribal chief.
Who else would I be?
And I mean,
I earned it, passed down to me by my elders.
where's your lay?
Wise man's got it. He's taking care of business.
The wise man carries too much for you. Also, he has both belts. He has the lay. You don't need all that. You just need one belt.
Some men are used to having nothing, I guess.
It's crazy. It sounds like you're trying to be like Kurt Angle in TNA. He had but they were all different belts. Like he won different belts. He didn't just have the same belt over and over and over.
Kurt ain't got nothing but the bloodline. He stepped in one night with the Shield. We let him pass. We gave him a little bit of we threw him a bone.
Didn't he step in for you?
Acknowledge me. Here to answer any other questions we have. If there's anybody out there that wants to talk to their tribal chief. Otherwise, Wise Man's got a plane for me to catch with Sokoa.
Speaking of which, go ahead.
I think we've lost followers during this segment.
I think with the false advertising, they signed off right away.
False advertising.
By the way, you let Solo get super kicked a few nights ago. How do you feel about that?
I was protecting the rules of the tribal court. The rules are no one from the bloodline can get involved in our business from this point forward now. Solo was stepping in trying to disrespect it. I had to put him in line.
You don't think that's going to be like bad repercussions? Like he's sent from the gods. Like what if he's going to be the next tribal chief?
You upset him.
Man, we out of here. We out.
We out. All right, well, thank you for coming, ladies and gentlemen. Doman Danes, I think.
Roman James?
Not-
Joman James?
Joman Janes. Well,
All right.
Get the jet ready, Wise Man.
Juice box, make sure to give him some water.
Yeah.
One of our goodie bags.
well,
Cut that. Cut the
yeah,
music. Cut the
we can stop the music now. So I apologize for anyone who thought we were really gonna. I thought we were really gonna have a special guest. I was excited for it. I mean, we had a special guest, but not what I was thinking.
It
So,
was special, all right.
so I hope those of you that are still tuned in remain tuned in. I apologize again. Let's move on. So we were talking about the tournament, and we were talking about some results and stuff. And one thing I realized, I don't know about you because I know you were getting some backlash this week, but a lot of people giving us backlash didn't watch. They just saw like the bracket and they were like, meh, and I don't really take their comments for value. I think we made the right decisions.
Yo, what the hell did you guys do?
Jesus Christ.
What did you guys do to piss him off?
He's always pissed off.
Yeah, he's just always angry.
I paid good money with legal and the funds to
Was
get him
Paul
here.
Heyman legal?
No, he wasn't. He was on the jet. He didn't even get off.
Yeah, I know. I'd rather Paul Heyman than Roman, I think.
All right, well, I don't know if we're gonna be able to get guests now after this.
I don't know if we're going to get more fans either.
Alright, sponsors of Falcon Entertainment.
I hooked us Roman. I had to. All right, I kept. The jet run.
To be honest with you, we just asked the questions that we knew people would be asking, so he just wasn't happy that we asked him real questions.
Yeah, but like some respect.
Yeah,
It's a guest of the show, friend of the show.
we give him respect. We let him talk, and then we just asked him about like the fake title reign and Solo and Jay, just all things that are current.
I was gonna ask him why he had a Seth Rollins mask on though.
What?
Let's ask him why he had Samoa Joe shirt on.
No, he wasn't wearing that. Or it was backwards or something. Who knows?
Well, anyway,
Yeah. Alright.
sorry for hold up. I thought that would have been beneficial for us to have a guest on the show. But I guess the fans weren't ready for Roman in our venue yet.
I don't think I was.
Oh, I definitely wasn't. I
Maybe,
was not ready for Roman at all. So.
maybe next year. Oh, well.
Maybe next year. Well, we were talking about the tournament.
Okay.
We were talking about any backlash you might have gotten from fans we know besides Terry Funk. We all know about that fan base. Any other backlash you might have received from our picks or our final or whatever, or our final four?
I mean, some people obviously not happy about Ray, but that went the way it went. We talked about it.
You
enough
shouldn't
at
have
this
voted
point.
him down.
Yeah. Oh well. But yeah, no. Besides that, I think feedback was pretty good. I mean, I think our final four was pretty solid. You know,
Agreed.
I don't really have any regrets about moving anybody along. I didn't use my veto, so I felt like things were good. So yeah, I liked how it turned out.
All right. On to the next.
Sweet. So moving on. Next on the agenda. Sorry. So for those of you that don't know, this is our first kind of like a variety hour thing where we're going to try different new things. As the special guests, we're looking at last week's tournament results. So those first two topics might not be a weekly thing, obviously. Moving forward might be.
Roman will not be returned.
Roman will not be weekly.
After the way you guys
For
treated
sure.
him, he was
Ro-
fuming
Roman
on
will
the jet,
not be
man.
really-
Solo almost took me out. Y'all fucking.
A
well.
Solo, another one I'd rather do over Roman.
I figured we couldn't fit Solo in here. That's why I set
That's
out
fair.
with the plane.
That's fair. So,
Respect for
moving
space.
on, starting with some of our weekly segments that we want to start doing. One of them is going to be a random trivia question that one of us gets with. Hopefully something that's not well known or not really discussed a lot, so it's going to be kind of hard like last week's that John brought with the only two wrestlers who main evented WrestleMania with their real names, which was Kurt Angle and Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 19. This week, I have a question. We all know most eliminations in Royal Rumble. We all know most wins and most
Who are
appearances.
those again?
But,
No, I'm kidding.
but my question is, who has been eliminated the most from the Royal Rumble?
Oh.
This is male or female? Male.
Male. More Rumbles, so more people to choose from.
I mean, just based on knowing, in turn, they basically have to be in the most of all time and not have won one. I'm gonna guess Kane.
Kane's a solid guess.
Yeah, I'll stick with Kane. There's probably others, but Kane's the first one I thought of.
I'm gonna go with Mick Foley because he was eliminated 3 times in 1 year, so that had to do something. That had to bump his number up.
So, funny enough, those are the two, when I thought of the question, I was like, those are the two that's probably going to be. It is Kane. Because
Yes.
Kane had 20 appearances.
Okay.
Foley only had, I believe, like 9 or 10. So even with the additional eliminations, he still wasn't near Kane. But yes, Kane was the one. Most appearances, most eliminations overall, but also eliminated the most because he's never won one.
Out of curiosity, do you remember or know like who was second and third on that list, or do you just remember Kane was the most?
Probably Rey Mysterio.
I believe Miz.
I was damn you. I was gonna guess Miz and Morrison.
Miz was number
Or
2.
Jericho.
I don't remember who number 3 was.
I was gonna say Miz,
But Miz surprised me as number 2. That's why I remembered Miz.
if it wasn't Kane, I was thinking Miz.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm just thinking of who's been there so long and just does it every year.
I think Ziggler might have been one.
Mhm.
Ziggler might have been a close one also.
Okay.
So yeah. So cool, sweet.
Great question, Danny.
Thank you, man. Next week you're up though, so.
That'll be a
What
great
is
one.
So we'll
What is Triple H's real name?
Hunter Hearst Helmsley, clearly.
Get him.
All right.
Ooh, DeFalco. Thank
Next,
you. Thank you,
yeah,
Square.
someone. We're happy that you got it. Next item on the agenda is actually from our producer, who's gonna surprise us with a say something nice. So this segment is gonna be we gave our producer a list of about 30 or so names that either we don't like as fans or the wrestling community doesn't like, or there's a lot of negativity out towards them. So we gave him the list, told him to randomly choose one and show us a picture, and first time we're going to see it, and we have to say something nice. Each of us has to say something nice about this wrestler.
No matter how much we hate them.
No matter how much we hate them.
We have to find
Even if
something.
it's Rey Mysterio.
'Cause if you can't say nothing nice.
Well, you got to say something. In this case.
Thumper, I barely know.
All right, so let's see who our producer has picked.
Out of a list of 33.
I thought it was more. From the database.
Uh,
Oh.
I was surprised that you put him on the
Okay.
list.
Kota
Alright.
Ibushi.
Well, the reason I put him on there was just because I figured Matt knew
Oh,
nothing about him.
This
so...
is the guy that just wrestled.
Yeah.
He looks familiar.
So I put him on because I figured Matt had no idea anything about it. I was like, all right, let's see what Matt can come up with.
Can I say something mean first to establish that I need to say something nice?
No. Say something nice. That's all this segment is.
Oh my god.
All you can do
that
is say something nice.
Fantastic.
I was gonna ask if he was slow. The way he was moving in that ring, it was really awful.
No, say something nice.
Fantastic.
Only nice.
Oh man. And really quick, for those of you at home that don't know, like John just said, he had picked Kota Ibushi specifically because Matt wouldn't have seen it. Our producer did not watch Dynamite this past week, so he did not know that Ibushi was actually in the main event of Blood and Guts. Matt obviously did watch Dynamite, so it was just crazy timing. So why don't you start us off then, Matt?
Well, can you make the picture a little bigger again?
Why?
Just might say something nice. It jumped out right away.
Oh.
He's got those abs that I wish I could get myself. So there you go. Kota Ibushi, nice abs.
Well, had.
Well, yeah, he didn't last night.
Yeah, well, last week.
Whatever. I actually watched it today. So I
I mean, Kota Ibushi is one of the best wrestlers from New Japan, I think, ever. I love Kota Ibushi. I'm still very confused why he's even on this list.
Producer agrees.
Yeah, that's just him.
I think right
Was that
now,
crazy?
John, you're the only one they can see also.
Yeah. As for something nice, let's
Tokyo
see.
Cool.
Tokyo Cool, yeah. So I think I have the right person. I'm pretty sure Kota Ibushi once shot fireworks at somebody in traffic. So that's going to be my
That's
thing.
hilarious.
It was
but
either.
I hope for a good reason, not just
I'm
as a
pretty
douchebag.
sure Kota Ibushi either was the one that was shooting like the Roman candle fireworks at people in the street, or someone was doing it at him. I'm pretty sure it was Kota. That's gonna be my nice thing. Look it up later, you'll see. I'm pretty sure it's Kota Ibushi, just in Japan, just in traffic, just shooting off
That's
fireworks
so
at people.
I
funny.
feel like that just adds to my theory that he's a little slow. Like,
Yikes!
people that shoot firework candles at each other aren't smart.
Oh, I thought he meant physically, like running.
He was
slow.
physically slow also.
Oh, he's not slow. He's a nice man.
His movements in
well,
that match.
you know what?
Say something nice.
Real-
This
so
is not working.
So no, it is working. It's working exactly like you thought it would, because Matt has no idea what else to say besides whatever he saw on Wednesday and the picture.
That's all I got. I think I saw a picture of him kissing Omega. too.
Real quick, how did we feel about Blood and Guts on? I know we don't really do reviews, but if we have a chance to talk about stuff, why not?
We can
How do we
do-
feel about Blood and Guts on Wednesday?
We can do whatever we want. This is
Okay.
also our trial run, so we appreciate anyone that's here tonight listening after our tournament. This is kind of getting the kinks out to see how this part works. So thank you for being here and listening.
And as always, any comments or suggestions, please either let us know privately or put it in the chat. We want to make this better, so let us know.
Yes, and maybe we'll get better guests than Roman next time. See what we can do.
Might take a break from guests for a couple weeks.
We got our fill.
Yeah.
Yes, Blood and Guts. I like Blood and Guts a lot. For me, it was my favorite of the three so far. I liked it the most. I just thought the first one, the the was kind of honestly the finishes have been sloppy for the first two. Like the last one, for like 10, 15 minutes. Last year's, it was just like two people fighting, and everybody else was just laid out letting them fight, and it just took me out of it. I didn't like it, but this year's just felt better throughout. So I liked it a lot. It was my favorite. The right finish, right team won. My only complaint was that for Blood and Guts, seemed like only two people really bled, and like nobody, like it wasn't that much. Like it was just Mox and Yuta. Like everyone from the elite
I thought Omega
was like
did
clean.
Omega or not really.
I don't think he
No one was like busted open from the face. A lot
Like-
of them like went into the tacks and glass and stuff.
Freaking insane though. Moxley is insane.
100%. And I was telling John because he had said that I was surprised that not more people bled when Moxley came out with a fork right away and just started stabbing people on the head. You'd have figured at least one of them would have gotten busted open.
And then the nail bed.
And then the nail bed was not. But the nail bed, I mean, that
Fake nails?
no, not fake nails. You just spread it out so evenly. But did you see when Kenny got hit? Like it hit his arm, and he like legit
ripped
thought
it off,
like
yeah.
something bad happened. That was crazy. The spots I think were just crazier this year, and I like the battle on the top of the cage better than last year's. I think Nick Jackson and Yuta did a lot more and like cooler stuff up there.
Well,
It was a pay-per-view match.
Yes.
I think what I liked about it also was that they didn't like feel like they had to shoehorn in the crash pad spot.
Yeah.
Someone who just lands on a little like pad and it's like, ooh,
Yeah.
just seems so weak.
For sure.
Also, I think I texted you. I freaked out when I forget who was like throwing the thumbtacks from the top.
Oh,
down.
when Matt was?
I think one of the Bucks was, and
Yeah.
Claudio just looks up, and I'm like, "Don't look up! Like the thumbtacks are coming
Get
right
in your
down.
eye.
They're gonna get in your eye and blind you." But no, I like it a lot.
Don't
Very
look
good.
up.
Very, very good.
Oh man, that's
Did any-
hilarious.
Anyone out there watch Blood and Guts? What did you think of it? If you're there,
How would you rank it out of the three so far?
I don't think Scotty Too Hottie was in it.
Scotty Too Hottie was not
Oh,
in it
I
this
thought you
year.
were just doing the one.
Oh, that was like Otis. No, all right, so
So I'm gonna switch up the order of our little agenda because we just kind of got on track. Would you say that was your favorite match of the week?
not mine.
Raw, SmackDown, Collision, Dynamite,
Yeah, out of anything I watched,
Rampage.
For me, my favorite match last week was Athena and Willow from the Ring of Honor pay-per-view. That was
Like the poll.
it was the main event.
Quite the pull for you.
Don't think you watched it either.
That's fair, but I at least like know of it.
Dang.
Or, sorry.
Yeah, either-
I mean, I read the results. I just didn't get a chance to watch it.
Well, either way, it was the main event. They got a lot of time. I was surprised with the result. I was thrilled Athena won.
Nice.
I don't, Willow's great and everything, but it made no sense for her to win it yet, I thought, with what Athena was doing. So that was my match of the week. Blood and Guts was great, and I feel like that was like the easy one to say, but I just liked Athena and Willow more because it was more unpredictable. That's usually what gets me to push a match over.
My turn?
Considering that you probably only
Whoever's-
watched like 2 shows.
Whoever's turn.
I watched three shows.
What was the third one?
Rampage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I'm not really picking from a.
It's all right.
I mean, the best match overall was the Blood and Guts for me. The most entertaining match, though, was the MJF and Cole.
Damn, I was gonna say
The
that.
dance off sucked. I hope they never do that again. But overall, it's bringing the storytelling together and looking forward to when they square off.
Yeah, once the dance off was gone, that was a great thing.
So before you jump in, here's the question I wanted to bring up. How do you guys think it goes next Saturday? Do you think it's MJF turns on Cole, or because a lot of people think Cole's going to
that's
turn?
obvious,
A lot of
yeah.
people think Cole's going to turn on MJF.
Maybe.
I don't see that being it.
I think that's what it's gonna be. Just because like Cole keeps telling Roderick Strong to like calm down, they keep bringing the Britt Baker stuff into it.
Mhm.
So it seems like Cole, who supposedly from the get go knew what MJF was about, and was like, I got this. What, all of a sudden he just fell for MJF's bullshit? Like, I don't know.
Or maybe they just win the titles and have a great
That would be
have a great
dope.
face. Have a great face.
If they just won the belts. I mean,
Yeah.
that would suck for
That would've-
FTR.
FTR. That would suck for FTR. But also, like, they keep giving FTR nothing, man. It's like FTR hasn't had a good story in a while.
Well, they got
They had the
Bullet
good
Club.
match.
The Bullet Club thing's been
Yeah,
a
but that
little
wasn't their story.
a little bit.
That was more like punking them for Collision, and they got roped into it.
Yeah,
that was
still,
and
it's-
that was
it's
more
enough.
guns.
It's still enough.
That was more
though.
guns in FTR than Bullet Club. They just kind of
Mm.
shoehorned them into there because they knew it'd be a dope match. And it was.
Either way, I mean, I I almost would prefer they just go the predictable route where like MJF just turns on Cole. I mean, I don't know. I don't think making MJF the face here is the right call, and I don't think them milking this longer than Wembley and Chicago is the right call. With this coming up.
With now, is there a way? And of course, it's wrestling, so there is. But is there a way that they have Cole turn on MJF, but MJF's still the heel?
I don't think the
because like, why are you gonna put MJF a babyface, but at the same time, like for storytelling, it'd be like very different for Cole to be the one who turns.
Yeah, I don't think the fans are gonna go with it though. That's the thing.
That's fair. I mean, either way, MJF's gonna get anyway. So
yeah, that's all. I just figured I'd ask you.
Blood and Guts. I agree. MJF match was great. I didn't watch RH, so I can't say that. I'll pick one from WWE. I'll pick one that these guys definitely won't like. I will pick Dirty Dom winning the North American Championship. That match was actually pretty good itself. I don't know if you saw the NXT match. The match itself wasn't bad. I just think it was a good moment for Dominic because I think he's doing a good heel run, and I think that's going to be good for the story and him and now Rhea. I know you just don't like Dom, but like literally the guy opens his mouth and the crowd drowns him out. Like he's getting great reactions.
I just don't like the main roster people being on NXT. It's just for the ratings, and I think it's hurting what the point of NXT is.
No, that's totally fair.
It's, like Wesley just had that whole long reign. Somebody else,
like he just gets it taken away. He has a number one contenders match. I forgot with who, but they were supposed to have a match at Great American Bash, and I don't know now what happens with Dom having the belt. I don't know if he goes into that match.
I don't know. I say the same thing if it was any main roster person that came in and won it. I'd say the same damn thing. It's really not a Dom thing. It's just they're throwing the main roster people all over the place just to get them like. I mean, I get they're trying to get people to watch NXT, but use your talent then.
Well, I mean, they did, and then once they started doing the whole brand change, that's when like everyone was like, "I hate."
Once Shawn Michaels took over, it all went to shit.
Once Triple H took back over somehow, which is weird. I don't know how that happened. Yeah. Shawn Michaels didn't take over. Dominic. Whatever. Enough with you guys. Terrible. I hate you guys.
Anyone watching? What was your favorite match of last week? If you watched anything in particular you liked, let us know.
I think Figment's Nightmare liked the Hulk Hogan Ultimate Warrior match for the title.
What channel was that on?
That was on A&E, I think.
Must have missed it. Oh well.
Oh well. All right. So next we got. Oh, we're gonna ask the audience what you guys want us to do. So we this segment's gonna be either top 3 or bottom 3 something. Whatever you guys want us to talk about. Either we could do top 3 matches of the week, top 3 matches all time, a specific type of match, pay-per-view, anything, athletes, whatever you guys want us to talk about. So if you guys want to put in the comments like top this of the, and
whatever you want,
we'll discuss it. While you guys kind of think of that, why don't we turn to Matt and find out where's Matt at this week? Because
I feel like we glossed over this already.
if we haven't discussed at the start, Matt only watches I think AEW at this point.
At this moment,
so we know where you're at with AEW. Mm-hmm. What do you know about WWE up to right now?
I think Roman is what was it, Jay or Jimmy? One of those two guys. He's fighting.
He's fighting Jay.
Okay, so cool. Main event Jay. That'll be exciting.
Jay, you're still in, I think, 2 weeks?
August 5th. Yeah.
August 5th, yeah, 2 weeks.
Is Cody Rhodes still buried with Brock Lesnar? Is that still happening?
Yes.
Cool.
That's Cody Rhodes actually.
3 months too long.
Cody Rhodes actually just got attacked on Raw. They were in his hometown in front of his mama. And
so it's the
Brock
Rey Mysterio, Dominic Mysterio storyline regurgitated.
Really, every storyline. Just gets beat up in front of a family member.
Okay, cool.
I think Christian Cage did that to Jungle Boy.
There's only like 7 storylines in all of wrestling.
Yeah.
I'm sure Michael Cole's just screaming nonsense every week.
I don't know. I don't really listen to Cole. I kind of tune Cole out. I'm not gonna lie.
That's fair. Okay.
All right, so that's Raw.
That was just Raw.
That's just Raw. You talked.
Roman's on. Roman's
oh no,
on
you talked. Sorry. So that's all you know is just those 2 things. One Raw thing, one SmackDown thing.
How would he have been here tonight if he was on Raw? That's how I got him to be here.
Point.
I got him to be here because he's on SmackDown.
All right. What do you know about the women's title pictures? Any of them?
Asuka is a champion, I think, and Rhea a champion.
All right, and that's it?
Yeah, I don't know who they are.
No feuds?
I don't know.
All right. Well, Asuka's the feud I hate the most right now because Asuka's not in her own feud, it seems like. It's just Bianca and Charlotte kind of being Bianca and Charlotte, and Asuka's in the background, so that's annoying as
it's a
shit.
triple threat at SummerSlam.
And Rhea just doesn't have opponents.
Asuka, Charlotte, and Bianca.
Rhea just
Asuka
runs
is
Judgment
champ.
Day and doesn't.
And Io's running around with the Money in the Bank.
Yes, and losing, which is a thing that really does, and I hate that shit. That she just gonna lose matches until she cashes in and wins it. It's so stupid. Because she just lost to who this past week? Charlotte.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a terrible match.
Awful.
That's the problem. They move at like quarter speed. They're so slow. It's like, here I come.
Which is weird because like they're two of the best women athletes in the company. I don't know. It just confuses me.
Charlotte just doesn't want to turn it on when it's SmackDown.
And then,
Pay-per-view.
actually, did you hear about this? I just read about this today. Do you hear about the Matt Cardona stuff that happened?
Yeah, that was gonna be my hot take later. That's gonna be my hot take for later on.
All right, so then we'll leave that for later on.
Yeah, it's all
We'll leave
good.
that for later on. Yeah, I know you don't know, so that's fine.
I'm assuming it's a sex tape.
Close. No, not.
We'll give you 2 more guesses before we do the hot take.
Awesome.
All right, so so that's the women's titles. They suck. Seth, you know who Seth is facing?
Logan Paul.
No.
Jake Paul.
No, Logan Paul is facing Ricochet. That's a
They're still
new
still
feud
going on
because of
Oh,
that
with the flip.
because that's
was
bad
cool.
spot. Exactly. All right, so
Braun Strowman.
Seth is still against Finn.
Oh, they're back to that.
They haven't left that, but they kind of add in the Damian Priest stuff in there because he's the Senior Money in the Bank.
Oh, so I know what's gonna happen there.
What's match prediction? Here we go.
I don't know. Never mind. Disregard.
That'll be a hot take for later.
Seth doesn't have a
That'll be
title,
a hot take
right?
for later.
Does Seth have a title?
Seth is the
He's
champion.
Oh, then I know what's gonna happen.
Go ahead.
Finn's gonna win, and Damien's gonna cash on Finn and turn on him.
So what they're implying is that Damien is going to cash in before Finn can win it.
Oh, they're going the other.
That's what they're implying. But that seems cool because then maybe Damien takes over and Finn gets out of the Judgment Day, and then we get more demon babyface Finn.
I'm just waiting to see if JD McDonough reappears.
I heard he wasn't going to. I saw reports that like they're done. They're not doing that now that they kind of fixed it.
Do you know who JD McDonough is?
I know from WWE Supercard, our sponsor.
Shout out to WWE Supercard.
He's
Install
like
it on your iOS devices or Androids today.
He's like the really short Irish guy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, they teased like
Good
him and
enough.
Finn like teaming up like back in like April, May, something, wherever the draft was, and it just stopped. They just left it. So who knows where that's gonna go eventually. Yo, Gangrel.
No, it's not. I knew you were gonna say that. It's
I
your
like the-
girl Gel.
It's Gangrel.
Every time.
I like the new setup. Is there a story behind those belts?
The story behind these belts are just that they're my belts. I've collected them over the years. When I was,
He didn't win him.
I didn't win any of them. When I was, I would say 21. My first belt that I saw at a flea market by my house was the Winged Eagle. And I waited for like a year to get that. I waited till like I got a real job and stuff, and then after that, I just started collecting belts because they're all good. I have one more downstairs, which is the NXT with the big X, but that it's kind of hard to fit up here. I think John was maybe talking about bringing some belts next week, and maybe we'll switch them out, and everyone can ask questions about the belts if they want. My favorite, besides
said
the ring, didn't you say last week I'll bring some?
I didn't say that. I mean, I only have one. I can bring it if you want.
Oh, we could add it somewhere.
I don't mind bringing it. I just only have one.
We could add it somewhere.
Do you have any?
This one was a hard one to find.
I could bring him fantasy football belts.
All right,
Ooh,
I'll allow it.
maybe.
I won't.
I won't. All right, so back to so JD McDonough. That's Raw, SmackDown. I can't really think of any big.
I think they spent 2 hours on just them in the ring.
It's
talking.
all the bloodline.
an hour, pretty much an hour and a half is Bloodline and SmackDown, which is real, or at least an hour, which is very annoying. What do you know about Alpha Academy? I'm actually entertained by this.
Is Otis? Did he make the move to the models yet? Because when I stopped watching, they were teasing him bringing him in.
Reversed it. So they brought in.
The
So
models are
Maxine is now part of Alpha Academy.
Oh,
The other two models they just dropped. I don't know what they did with them.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
just
They
gone.
sucked anyway.
They did, but they disappeared. They're just
Yeah,
gone.
like not even like feuding
Maybe.
with Alpha Academy to give up Maxine. Just
Were they
Maxine
taken-
dropped them.
Were they taken out on an ambulance? Because I know people disappear.
I couldn't even tell you.
When they leave.
Honestly, I couldn't even
There was
tell
a
you how
guy.
they got. Because honestly, I
guy.
skip all their stuff, so I couldn't even tell you how they got rid
Maybe
of.
next week when Shaq's our guest, we could ask him.
I'll make a few calls. I'll make some calls. Shaq might be in the studio.
If
next
this is
week.
like a weekly thing where he just comes in with a damn mask every week and it's just another guest, I'm not gonna hate it, but I'm gonna hate it.
What are you talking about?
Would that be considered blackface though?
What mask?
No, not if it's a mask.
Oh, okay.
No,
What
you
mask?
didn't
I wasn't
color
even.
it.
I was at the jet. What mask? Whatever. All
Roman
right.
was wearing a face mask. He didn't want to get
Yeah.
COVID.
Oh well, God,
He was-
well, in these in this
summoned-
tight
Yeah,
environment, small
exactly. I
environment.
agree. I
He
agree.
summoned his inner Rey Mysterio.
Good for him.
Is there anything else you could think of from SmackDown or Raw?
No, but I guess something I can share with both of you. If you know, I'm assuming they're gonna roll it over from Ring of Honor. It looks like Penta and Ray, and with Pac are gonna be full blown heels. Going forward now.
So they are bringing Death Triangle back? Because I was wondering
They
about
were
that.
they were all on the Ring of Honor pay per view last night.
Do you think they're gonna
or
add
Friday night?
only because it's Death Triangle?
And
Do you-
they were attacking the best friends and everything. So
Oh,
I
that
mean,
sucks.
I'm pretty sure they're gonna roll with them as heels now.
I mean, they were heels originally before Pac got hurt, so it makes sense that they just go back to that. But they're a triangle, but aren't they? Isn't what's his face with Commander?
He doesn't count on Brahantes. He doesn't
never did.
matter.
He's the hype man for the Death Triangle. What are you talking
He does
about,
not matter.
bro?
By the way, speaking of,
He's like Sami Zayn when he came out with the Bloodline, just dancing around stuff.
just
He
to
gets
get
you
this in here, I
hyped.
saw something before when I was with the wise man out by the jet. I saw on my phone some breaking news. You guys
Breaking
probably
news.
don't know.
Oh god.
No, this is real.
Okay.
As of like maybe an hour and a half ago, Roosh has signed an extension with AEW.
Oh, I feel like you said he wasn't going to.
Those are the rumors.
Hmm.
Breaking news though.
I'm glad.
Roosh
I mean,
extension signed.
sweet.
Wow.
So
Now
there
you're
you
an
go.
insider.
It was on Twitter.
We got to
do you
change the
do?
description of this
Source-
topcast.
sources tell
We
me.
might be journalists as well now.
Yeah, so I mean
Alright.
that's that's neat. I guess that he signed. I didn't know where he was gonna go, but he's staying.
All right. For anyone who might sign in a little late, we are waiting to get some fan responses about what you want us to rank today. We're going to do a new segment called Top or Bottom 3, and you get to tell us what you want to rank top or bottom 3.
Kind of don't like
Super
the name
star-
of that.
Maybe, yeah.
How do you-
maybe-
well, how do you want
maybe
to
not
say
top or bottom.
Preference.
Let's just.
How do you want to say it, you
Well,
idiots?
it's a workshop. We're workshopping it. If
So,
you have
so
any
I'm going to
ideas
stick
in the
with top or
chat,
bottom 3 right now.
if you have any ideas in the chat for a segment for top and bottom 3, and/or let us know.
But yeah, so if you want to go over wrestlers, matches, pay-per-view, whatever you want us to talk about. I don't know how else you guys would comment that, but that's fine. So with that being said, we got 2 more things on our agenda. Top and bottom 3, or whatever you want to call it, and our hot takes. So what do you want to do first, boys?
Danny is definitely on the bottom of this. Yo, Figment's Nightmare, thank you for the comment. Can we pin that? Danny is definitely on the bottom of this.
Whatever this is.
So-
let's pin that comment.
So why don't you rank your why don't you rank us 1, 2, 3? How about that, Figment? So you have something to do.
I don't know how I feel about that.
You know, it doesn't matter. I'm 3.
Rank us on what?
How he likes you guys as hosts.
Okay, so rank our host. That took longer than I expected. Losing your touch, Figment.
Yeah.
Oh man, we gotta. All right,
Agreed.
let's keep it.
Agreed.
Let's keep it calm in the chat. Let's not get out of hand.
We're gonna have to referee some matches.
Maybe you can get some mods in here.
Uh,
All right, well, I'll do my hot take, something I saw.
yeah, I want to
So-
talk about that, so for sure.
Yeah, so what I saw this weekend, so all right, so another thing that happened last week we didn't talk about. Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville won the women's tag titles. They beat
Do you know
Liv-
who Chelsea Green and Sonya
Yeah,
Deville are?
yes. Yes.
Okay, just make sure.
So they won the tag titles, and this past weekend, Zack Ryder, Matt Cardona, what do we got? Salvato, John the producer, Roman, the belt. Finally did. That's a good power rank. I like that. I'll take second.
I think if you're forgetting about the KT tape, that
No, it's not here. It's not here today.
Probably goes above Danny.
The empty chair earlier.
But yeah, no. So yeah, Matt Cardona was in Japan wrestling, came out wearing the women's tag title belt,
Oh shit!
and
Vince did not like that.
and that's the whole discourse
Supposedly-
going on. So my hot take is that I think I did see this online, other people saying it, but I agree with it. My hot take is that Cardona is low key signed with WWE already. He's been with them for a while because I can't imagine, even as a replica, like toy fake, how he can get away with that from a legal standpoint, where they let him walk out with that belt and nothing come from it. especially with her as the champion right now.
Yeah.
So that's my guess. I think he's low key because like Tyler Breeze is the same thing. He's signed with WWE still, but he's only doing like streams and stuff with like up, down, down, like the video games people. So yeah, that's what I think.
That's all I was gonna add to it was that the rumors are that it's a replica belt and that WWE does care but doesn't care. They just have more important things to worry about right now. They said.
Did he throw it in
Then
the trash?
no, he just wore it.
He just wore it out.
But he said it was a replica, which I don't think. If he's not signed with WWE, I do think it's a replica. I don't think he would put Chelsea Green
I'm
at risk.
sure
like
it
that.
is, but it still shouldn't matter. Like again,
And
I'm
also-
thinking from a legal standpoint, like
Yes,
You know,
but also you're putting Chelsea in a bad situation. Then if they didn't okay, because then Chelsea's gonna get fucking smackdown.
Melting Pat is catching up on Raw from last week. Sorry for the women's tag title spoiler, I guess. Then, you have a question. What is your question, Melting
Yeah,
Pat?
sorry about that.
That's all right. I mean, it's been a
They
week.
spoiled it. They
has to be
spoiled
a
it for
week,
me
I
too.
swear.
Poor guy, you're so heated right now. So sorry.
It's rude. It's rude. You think they would like spoil alert or something? Nothing.
Well, that's what we do a week, so
Nothing.
it gives you time to watch every show before the show that airs now. That's currently airing.
Would you take a Would you take a chop from Walter?
No, it's
With
Gunther.
the-
With your shirt off for
Gunther.
$100,000.
With my shirt off.
Yeah, no problem.
I mean, no problem.
yeah.
Only if
It would hurt.
only if he rips the shit out of it, so I feel it. Bad. I think Duffy did that to me once at a party. He just like tore off my shirt and went to go hit me.
I'm gonna say no. I would not
For
take it.
100,000, you wouldn't take it.
From
Probably
Walter. Absolutely not.
What's
No.
the worst? I mean,
Honestly,
might
probably
die.
not
you
from
get
any
a
wrestler.
collapse lung and then
You
like
can can stop your heart.
the
could die.
the
You could die.
100,000. I feel like he wouldn't kill you. I feel like the guy would.
He wouldn't be trying, but he would just like the sheer force. I've seen it. No, I wouldn't do it.
I wouldn't enjoy it, but
I wouldn't either.
maybe a little extra baby oil. His hand will slip. You got a little fighting chance. I don't know.
Or you gain some weight at that time and get like really like padded in the chest area.
Like Walter.
Yeah.
'Cause Walter was the fat one.
No, now he's skinny.
Gunther.
Yeah.
Gunther's the skinny
Yes,
one,
that's
right?
very true.
Is that...
Maybe I'll
So
get-
if I beef up like Walter, I'll take the chop for Gunther.
All right, you know what? Maybe I'll see if I can get one of them to come in next week. the stream.
We'll do a dual guest, him and Shaq.
Put your money where
So
your
you
mouth
say
is.
yes, you say
I
no.
would not.
I'm gonna say yes because I mean, whatever. I've been in the hospital a bunch of times anyway. What's another trip? So
All right, chop from Walter moves on to the next round. Oh, wait,
Chop from Walter moves on.
That's not what we're doing.
No, 2 out of unless you want to veto it.
No.
You didn't use your veto the last
keep
week.
him, keep him out of it.
Yeah. If anyone else has more questions like that, thank you, Melting Pat, for sure. Definitely answer more questions like that. So, back to the hot take we were talking about. So Chelsea Green, yeah. So I mean, that was an interesting thing I saw this week. I don't know what your thoughts are on Matt Cardona possibly coming out or possibly being signed.
I was never a big Zack Ryder fan. I know he's Strong Island and everything, but
I mean-
whole woo-woo, I don't know. The internet title I enjoyed, but I never really watched
I was gonna say if the YouTube thing was
Yeah.
probably my favorite stuff about him, and then that one WrestleMania where him, Punk, and Bryan all shared that moment, that was cool. But besides that, I don't think like there was a lot of moments where I was just like, oh, like Zack Ryder's dope because they kept pushing him like shit.
I like him.
I like it, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's another reason why I don't think he's signed. Like, why would you want to go back to that when you had such a great career outside of WWE for the past how many years now? Why would you just sign with that? I really think he's just trying to troll WWE.
We'll enjoy the legal papers, I guess. Then.
I wonder what the legal papers are going to be though. If it's a replica belt, what's like he bought it? It's his property.
All right. Well, we'll see when Chelsea Green gets pinned in 3 minutes.
Yo, imagine
On Raw.
like imagine as we're talking right now, Chelsea's just losing the tag team title belts to just one like.
Would not surprise me. No,
That would be hilarious. Yeah, you know what? That's exactly it. If Chelsea loses the belt tonight, it was not planned, and he is not signed with WWE.
All right. Well, what do you got? Any hot takes?
Um,
in your alley?
I mean, I said the Dom thing. I thought that was gonna get more of a reaction out of you guys. I was kind of bored that it wasn't.
What, the match? I mean, that the match was the best last
No,
week.
that he won the belt.
Oh well, I
And
told you it
that
was
Dirty
stupid.
Dom's like the best con Dom.
I already told you. I think it's
it's
dumb. The dirty thing is dumb. Like
The
I think
dirty
I
thing
saw
is
last
dumb.
week they're even starting to call Bronson Reed Big Bronson Reed. How
Oh yeah, they're
fucking
coming with these stupid
How
nicknames.
fucking
Yeah.
stupid are we? Lazy we getting with these
Yeah.
Is that his
names?
porn name?
Like Big Bronson Reed, Dirty Dom Mysterio.
Well, it works for
like-
Big Bill, so why can't it work for Bronson Reed?
Yeah, but like they're putting it in parentheses and just yeah. I'm not about it. This is dumb. It's like they're doing the Seth freaking Rollins thing with other people.
At least he's got 3 names. I'm surprised it's not just Bronson.
Oh
Yeah, well.
man.
That's it. When Vince takes away names, Triple H adds a third for the Triple H, the Hunter Hearst Helmsley. That's what he's doing. He's throwing them. We figured it out.
Done.
Come on to you, Paul.
Big Bronson Reed trying to do a little bit of alliteration, but not completely there. BB.
I'll see if I can get Triple H.
Big
in the studio.
boy. My hot take is after Collision on Saturday. Was it Collision?
Yes, maybe.
Billy Gunn?
Yeah. Oh.
After Collision on did
Have
you
you watched
did
Collision?
you watch Collision? Alright. So after Collision on Saturday, I believe the Acclaimed are gonna be better without Billy Gunn. Because I'm kinda getting tired of the whole daddy ass thing, and I think he's I think him retiring is the right move if he's retiring, or if he's not retiring, I think he's gonna do like some kind of turn on him.
So I'm gonna
Which
hot
is
take
great.
your hot take.
Oh,
I might be with you on this.
Billy Gunn's going Bullet Club Gold.
Oh.
Not
Not with you on that.
Joining his
Oh.
sons.
Oh.
See that I would enjoy that more than him with the Acclaimed. I think
I think that would suck actually. Because he'll be over there like
I-
so good. Because he still does that,
that
all
would
the
be
time.
hilarious with the guns though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
If they're gonna add anybody, I was thinking maybe Action Andretti, but
Yeah.
I feel like he's too similar to like, all of them. You're just gonna get like 5 like tan
Yeah, I
white
think they need to
guys.
add like a
with, like,
big
attitude.
muscle guy
They're all
if they're gonna
kinda-
add someone.
You don't need any more obnoxious tanned white guys.
No, for sure. You
Yeah,
need-
like, I feel like
You
Action
need like
Andretti.
a Wardlow or a Jake Hager type. You need like your body type. What was your hot take gonna be though? Of my hot take?
I was gonna say I think what I would do is I would have the Acclaimed win the trios at Wembley or Chicago.
Oh, so like convince him
Billy
to
Gunn?
stay.
They're gonna convince him to stay. Like one more final match. Like let's do this, man. One more.
But there
time.
won't be a final. It won't be one more
He's-
match if they win the belts.
He's taking like the last.
I don't want.
He takes all the pins for them. I feel like, right?
He does.
He does.
I don't know.
But that's
Just-
only when they became these trio, like
Yeah.
when they were tag champs. Obviously not. I don't know. I just think, like I said, I think Billy's kind of more of a managerial thing. He should be out of the ring anyway. So kind of
Yeah.
over old man Billy trying
He had a good run. He still looks better than
He's
half the
so
roster.
big though. He's so giant.
Big Billy.
Big Billy. Maybe then you see. Maybe he should go to Bullet Club Gold and be the big enforcer.
Big Daddy ass with
Mr. S.
Big
Mr.
Daddy
S
V's.
to you.
Mister. He didn't go all those years.
You don't remember that run?
I do.
Okay.
All right. So unfortunately, we don't have a lot of responses about top 3 or bottom 3.
Let's stop using that phrase immediately.
Until you guys come up with something better,
Top or bottom.
way to describe it,
Top or
top or
bottom
bottom.
better.
Done.
We're
Pitcher
workshopping.
catcher.
We're workshopping.
Do you guys have a top 3 bottom 3 you have? I got one in my head after all this talk. Unless you guys have something.
No, let's do it. Let's hear it out.
Bottom 3 factions of all time.
Ooh, the worst faction.
The worst factions you can think of.
Okay.
3 worst. I guess maybe like 1 or 2 because we're all gonna be saying it. So unless you want to do your own 3.
Shit. No, we can all do our own 3, I guess, and just say, or we can each pick one, whatever. We'll see how many we can think of right now.
I'll start off since I put you guys on the spot to give you guys more time to think about it. I think my first terrible faction that I can just every time I think of it, I'm just like queasy about it was the Insane Clown Posse with Shane
That's
McMahon
top
and
3.
stuff. Top 3.
Whoa. Wait. Time out.
Sorry. That was no. They were with not Shane McMahon. I'm thinking of that was my second one. I was thinking of Mean Street Posse, which is my second choice.
Okay. I was like,
Sorry.
hold on. What? Insane Clown Posse with Shane McMahon?
Mean Street Posse is my second choice because I hated that shit. Insane Clown Posse when they were with the Oddities, right? They were with the Oddities.
See,
Yeah,
I was
the
gonna
Oddities as
I was gonna say
but that
the-
whole group together was pretty much like one terrible faction.
I was gonna say the Oddities. I never really watched too much. And I didn't even know Insane Clown Posse was like with them.
Yeah, at some point they were like with them and they
Oh,
would come out
I
for a little
remember.
while. It was like real weird because
Yeah,
I wasn't an Insane Clown
Oddities-
Posse
Oddities
fan anyway.
sucked. Job Squad sucked.
Job Squad at least had good members. They just were. It was just a stupid thing. Oh wait, no. I'm thinking of the wrong thing. I'm thinking of what was it? The Alliance.
Get your shit together.
or the Union. I'm thinking of the Union.
I was gonna say Union,
That's
but
also a terrible.
they were only
one.
around for like a week or two.
Yeah, I was thinking of the Union when you said that. My bad.
Yeah.
No, the Job Squad was terrible. That was what Blue Meanie, Steven Richards. I forgot who else was even in that.
World Order.
Blue World Order
Yeah,
was another
Blue
bad
World
one.
Order. Yeah, I don't think Stevie Richards was ever in.
Who was in that one then?
What
The Job Squad.
That was like Gilbert, Al Snow.
Oh,
God,
I forgot about that. That
Yeah,
was
that
a
was-
terrible faction.
Yeah, you're thinking of the LW.
I'm thinking of the BWO.
What was
yeah.
what was the censoring group? Because they were
Right
they
to
were
Censor.
awesome.
Censor.
Right Sister was great. Yeah,
They
that was a
were
good
good
one.
again. There.
That was a great one.
What about X
Ivory
Factor?
was so good.
X Factor.
I don't remember.
Oh, with
X Pac, Just Incredible, and
and-
Prince Albert.
Yeah, that was a bad one. That was a
You're
terrible
dealing with
trio.
the X Factor.
That was about the time you stopped watching. That was like right after the Alliance.
It was like 01.
That was
yeah.
no, it was yeah.
It was
01.
01. It was right around the Alliance.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
That was awful. What else? What's another bad one? I only named two posses.
Corporate ministry.
What?
No.
Stop
Yeah,
it. Stop it.
I mean,
We're not doing hot takes right now, Sal.
yeah, no, so yeah, I'd go with Oddities, Job Squad, and I said the third one, I can't remember, but yeah.
I'm gonna-
X Factor. Those are
X
my
Factor,
three.
yeah.
Those are my three.
I'm gonna say Oddities / Insane Clown Posse because that was terrible. I'm gonna say I got my third one. I'm gonna say Mean Street Posse, the Greenwich Posse with Shane McMahon, his little sweater vest
Those
boys.
guys are awesome.
That was so stupid. They were so terrible. I hated that.
Do we consider Pat Patterson and Gerald
Hated that.
Briscoe a faction? No, they're a tag team.
No, those were the stupidest. And then I'm gonna say from WCW, when they did the Millionaires Club, that was, I don't know if you guys even saw that, like 2000, when they were trying to revive WCW and do like a young versus old. They did the Millionaires Club, and they just got anyone who was like a veteran who was a top guy to be like in this club. So it was like Scott Steiner, Jeff Jarrett, Sting, Ric Flair. Like it was very strange.
It's like a bad version of the main event. Model.
Exactly. Yeah, 100%. So that was terrible. I hated that a lot.
I'm sure if I really think about it, I'm kind of focusing on the Attitude Era now. But if I really took time to think about it, there's probably way more.
Oh, there's so
Well,
many.
you got
factions.
just off the top of my head, two come to mind quick. The Spirit Squad was pretty brutal, and this might be recency bias, but I don't even remember the Matt Hardy Andrade LFH. I don't know. What was that?
the Ren-
HFO.
Yeah,
the
that was-
HFO?
Hardy family. Why are we talking about Russo era WCW?
Specifically, as we were talking about terrible factions and our bottom three factions of all time. So if you don't name something from the Russo era when you talk about something terrible, you're not a real wrestling fan.
I'm glad I missed basically all of his WCW.
Good for you, man. I watched too much of WCW Russo. It was
Like,
the worst.
I think I watched like one or two episodes towards the end. I'm trying to remember the name of the group. Wasn't there like a group called like New Blood?
Yep.
Who would they feud with?
They were feuding with the Millionaires Club.
Was it that name?
Yeah.
I remember New Blood.
Or
but,
New
like,
Blood might have been, maybe that was a group feuding with Sting. There were a lot of bad factions at that time. So that might have been the group feuding with Sting. Because that might have been like Vampiro's group. Who Vampiro was a dope wrestler, but they just put him in a bad spot also. They were trying to push him way too hard. Do you know who Vampiro is?
I didn't watch WCW. I was a WWF flag.
That's right. That's
Vampiro's poor man Sting.
very poor man. Sting.
I never liked Vampiro.
Vampire version of Sting that didn't work. All right, so I think you named like one or two. You got another
I
one?
gave you two.
I said one or two.
I'm clarifying two. It wasn't one or two. It
My
was
bad.
two.
My bad. Two.
I don't have a third. That's why I was stalling there.
I'll give you a third. Straight from TNA.
Oh.
You have a guess?
They all sucked.
You know TNA.
You have a
They all
guess?
Sucked in TNA.
What's like the worst faction you think of in TNA?
You better not say the one I'm thinking of because I love them.
I know it is now. Aces and Eights.
Fuck that. Aces and
God,
Eights is awesome.
Aces and Eights was terrible.
Aces and Eights. Where's Luke?
Aces and
Yeah.
Eights.
PMS is pretty good.
I got
PMS.
Oh,
I remember
PMS
Bro,
was
no
terrible.
way. Aces and Eights was
Bro.
the shit.
Aces and Eights was good for 2 weeks.
No
and then they
fucking
added
way.
Devon Dudley. Then they added Garrison Bischoff. Then they added
All right, well, Wes Briscoe and Garrett
Wes Briscoe.
Bischoff. All right, those two suck.
When they add Devon was great. Devon was a good champion. Devon should have been
Yes.
should have been the champ.
he wasn't the world
He
champion.
was the legend champ. He shouldn't have been any champion.
Whoa.
Devon was
what
terrible.
champion was he?
The Legends title or whatever,
Okay, that's
like
like
their
that's like a
TV
mid
title.
card at best.
I don't he still shouldn't have it at that point in his career. He could
It's a
barely
Legends
go.
title.
Stop it.
Legends win it.
No, you listen. They had a good thing with Bubba Ray. If they had just left it like a small group, or just let Bubba and let the Bully Ray thing go, that's fine.
Bro, no.
As a group,
No way.
Aces and Eights was
Dude,
not
they were
good.
awesome. They were
Aces
the
and Eights
best
was not
fucking part of TNA.
No way.
Yes.
No.
You're wrong.
Bully Ray was the best part of TNA, not Aces and Eights. Aces and Eights, the group was not good. After
He's so
the
wrong.
third week,
He is
it
so
was
wrong.
terrible.
You're so wrong.
No.
Disagree. There's a lot more TNA.
I'm
than I ever expected.
I'm very glad that we got some kind of emotion out of this, because that's crazy.
No. I wish Luke was in here right now.
I wish you saw something. The Truth Commission was terrible.
Who was in the Truth Commission?
The Truth Commission was
What company?
that was WWF.
It was the anonymous Raw GM.
That was that was Kruger. That was the Jackal. That was
Wasn't that Oddities?
No, that was before
No.
the Oddities.
Oh,
that was when Kruger and the Jackal came in as heels. They were like the Truth Commission with some other guys, and then Kruger became a
Don Callis. Okay.
yes, that's the Jackal, and then Kruger became a face and went with the Oddities and stuff and started doing all that.
Okay.
But yeah, no,
it was a Bret Hart idea. No
the
wonder.
Truth
Bret Hart's
Commission's-
idea. No wonder it was.
Bret Hart's terrible.
Yeah, he
Bret
sucks.
screwed Bret. We all know that.
Worst of all time.
Worst of all time.
He'll be on my bracket. Take that, Bedell.
Wow.
We just gotta let know that shots are throwing at Bedell.
Shots
All right.
Just saying.
All right. Do you have a hot take? You didn't give a hot take before.
I
don't
gave
know
a
if you
hot
had
take
anything
on
from
your
this
hot
week.
take, so I feel like that was
That's
hot
fair.
enough.
That's a double hot.
He did
Hot
it back. I
squared.
wasn't ready for that. But yeah, I think we've pretty much hit everything we wanted to hit this week and talk about.
I agree. Any feedback? Any last comments from our fans? Anything you guys want us to discuss next week or go further into detail
What
about?
to change? Like we know, no more guests. Change the top and bottom name. What else? What else we got?
Again,
let's
top
table-
3, bottom 3. I don't understand how else to name that. So if you can think of anything else that would describe that makes sense, please. Otherwise, it's just top 3, bottom 3.
Best 3, worst 3.
Same thing.
Top
Bottom heel turns. That's a good category. But it still doesn't fix the name of being top or bottom.
Either way, we'll get there. We'll get there.
All right. So we got our top bottom for next week.
Yeah, we'll use your top bottom heel turns for next week's agenda. We'll throw it on there.
Since we got a fan to suggest it, why don't we do both top 3 and bottom 3 since we have a week to think about it?
Amazing.
So
Sure.
we do 2 top 3 heel turns and then our worst heel turns, the ones that we hate the most.
Somehow Big Show is on both.
He's gonna be the whole list.
Big Show, I was gonna say Big Show is top. It's just all 6 of the list. It's crazy.
Yeah, I like that. Okay, so yeah,
Um,
we'll do that next week.
Awesome. Yeah. Thank you guys for showing up again. And we hope that this variety hour is a little bit different, a little bit more fun, especially the hot takes and stuff at the end. I think we really got something there. So we're going to start with that next week. And if you have any more comments or anything, please let us know. Please subscribe to the Sharpshooters Twitch. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. That's where we're going to post episodes after the week that Twitch puts on replay. That's where we'll put them after that. So please make sure you subscribe to help us out. And anything else you guys got before we sign off?
No, that's it. All right, guys. Thank you, and maybe I'll get to do the intro next time. Have a good one.
Every time. You can never